What we want to do today is we're going to add some numbers up front. Y'all done got some numbers up front. And then we're also going to do power to power with dividing. So let's work on one of those problems. So let's have 2x to the negative 3, y to the negative 4, z to the 10th over 10, x to the 4th, y to the negative 8, z to the 4th. Okay, so you treat these numbers like they're a fraction because they are a fraction. It's just 2/10. So how would you reduce 2/10?
1/5.
Yes, you would reduce it by 2. 2 goes into both of them. And it would be 1 on top and 5 on bottom, 1/5. Now you don't have to necessarily write the 1 if there's some letters up here. But for your benefit, if you want to, that's fine. If you want to do the numbers first and just write the 1, it's not going to be wrong. Alright, now do the letters just like before. So this one comes down, this one comes down, this one goes up, and those stay the same. So all my x's are here together on the bottom. So they look like this. I'm going to add. So that'd be x to the 7th on the bottom. I got 8 y's on top, 4 on bottom, so there's going to be 4 extra on top. And z, there's 10 on top, 4 on bottom, so there's 6 extra on the top. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So if there's numbers in front, you just treat it like
So we
a
divide by
fraction.
the top number?
No, not necessarily, you just reduce the fraction. So if the fraction was 14 over 28, x to the 3rd, y to the 4th, x to the 10th, y to the 2nd.
Or divide by 14 and just have it 1 over 2?
Yeah, that one you did too. What if the numbers were, let's go with 50 and 60. What number goes into 50 and 60?
10.
10, so you divide them both by 10. It's just reducing that
Oh,
fraction.
it's just like regular reducing.
Yes, so that would be 5 on top, 6 on bottom. And then there's 7 extra x's on bottom and 2 extra y's on top. So it would look like that, okay? Now, what happens if you have a power to a power in a fraction? So, for instance, I have x to the negative 3, y to the 4th, z to the 8th, all over x to the 4th, y to the negative 3, z to the 10th, all to the 2nd power.
Would you work them out first?
You can actually do it either way. You can simplify in here first and then do your exponent, or you can do your exponent and then simplify. It really doesn't matter. You'll get the same answer either way, okay? I probably would prefer to go ahead and get rid of this, the parenthesis part first, okay? Power to a power, what do you do with your powers?
Multiply.
Multiply. So you're going to take this 2 and you're going to have to multiply it times every one of these and times every one of these on the bottom. So 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 8 is 16. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times negative 3, negative 6. 2 times 10, 20. Now, this one's negative, so y to the 6th. This one's negative, so x to the 6th on the bottom. Now you just work it like normal. All your x's are on the bottom. You got 6 and 8, which makes 14. All the y's are on top, 6 and 8, which makes 14.
36, what's it?
Oh,
No,
yeah, don't put those, don't add these, right, because they're going to cancel.
4 on the bottom.
4 on the bottom. Okay? Now, if you simplified it first, that would work as well. So I'm going to work it again right down here. If I simplify first and I move this down, okay, and I move this one up, then what I have that's still to the 2nd power would be 7 y's on the bottom. I'm sorry, that's not a y. It's definitely an x. 7 x's on the bottom. I have 3 y's on top and 4 y's on top, which will be y to the 7th on top. I have 2 extra z's on the bottom. Then I could do power to a power and multiply. 2 times 7 is 14. 2 times 7 is 14. 2 times 2 is 4. Did we get the same answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Pick which way you like it. Doesn't matter. Okay, whichever way you like to do it is fine with me. Okay, now what happens though, one more thing. What happens, or really two more things. If it's a power of 0, what is the answer? Anybody know what the answer is if it's to a power of 0?
0.
1.
If it's to the 0, it's not, the answer's not a 0. Remember, the exponent of 0 means everything cancels out. And when you cancel in division, it cancels to a 1. So I don't have to do anything here. If that exponent outside is 0, the answer is 1. Okay? Alright, what happens though if my exponent on the outside is also negative? So let's say I have x to the 10th, y to the negative 3, x to the 4th, y to the 8th, and it's to the negative 3. You can do it either of those two ways over there. You can first take this negative and multiply it through. Power to power, you multiply it even if it's a negative power. And then you can fix them all. Okay? You could simplify what's here and then multiply them all by negative 3 and then move all your negatives around and simplify. Or, here's the new way, if the whole fraction is negative, look at me a minute, if the whole fraction is negative, if I multiply all of these, they're going to move, aren't they? And if I multiply those and they all become negative, they would move. So you can actually just flip the fraction first. Okay, just like it is. So x to the 10, y to the negative 3 would flip to the bottom, and these two would come up to the top. X to the 4th, y to the 8th. And then I could just do it to the positive 3 power. Okay, I could simplify first. I'm going to simplify first here. That would be 6x's on the bottom. This one would move up and be 11y's on top. Now it's to the power of 3. 3 times 11 is 33. And 6 times 3 is 18. So x would be 18. Okay. Last little part. What happens if I put a number on the inside of that parenthesis here? So what happens if I have 2x to the 4th, y to the 5th, z to the negative 2, over 3, x to the 5th, y to the 10th, z to the, all to the second power.
Wouldn't you add the whole numbers? Or no?
You just put your 1 here, right? Just like before. A power to power means you multiply, right? So you have to do it as 2 to the second power and 3 to the second power. Okay? Power to power, you still just multiply. Alright, so first I might simplify. So I'm going to leave my 2 on top and my 3 on bottom with their 1 exponents. There will be 1 extra x on top. Oops, I didn't move this one first, did I? Move that z negative 2 down. Alright, there's 1 extra x on bottom. There's 5 extra y's on bottom. And there's 4 z's on the bottom. And it's still to the exponent of 2. So 2 to the second power, 3 to the second power. Remember, this is a 1. 1 times 2 is 2. 5 times 2 is 10. And 4 times 2 is 8 for your exponent of z. Then you could simplify your numbers. What is 2 to the second power? You may know what 2 to the second power is. Yep. 3 to the second power
9.
is 9. And then your letters, just all your variables are on the bottom. Nothing really too brand new, it just looks a little different, a little bit extra steps there, okay? All right, I'm gonna give you just a few problems to practice for homework tonight, classwork homework, and we'll pick back up on Monday. On Monday, we will probably do some sort of review, and I would like to give you a test by next Tuesday, okay? It's only gonna be on the multiplying, power to the power, the dividing, and a few of these kind as well, okay? We have a fraction to an exponent. Alright, so test is planned for next Tuesday. Monday will be a review, Tuesday will be the test. Alright?